What a sound. All right. So look at what we got here. Woo! So Triumph and Vauxhall are looking after my Explorer at the moment. They're doing the servicing on it. They're very kind enough to loan me this Street Twin. Oh my God, I've had so much fun with this bike. What a world of difference between this and the Explorer. Not that the Explorer's bad, but this is just, it's a different kind of fun, and I'll try and explain that to you. Now, I've had this for a couple of days. I've been riding back and forth from work in all sorts of nasty weather. It's been crazy here at the moment with the rain. So we're going to take a closer look at the bike. I'm going to talk about the handling, the brakes, the ergonomics of it, how it fits me, being 6'3" and 18 stone. Going from the Explorer to this bike is it's a bit of a shock, to be honest, in terms of its size. This feels tiny. It feels tiny. I've got slowly used to it as the sort of days have progressed, but yeah, I feel like I could just get off and put this under my arm and carry it home. It just feels so small, but as a result of that, it handles so well. It just kind of falls into the corners. And one thing I noticed, when you're at a traffic light, like, you know, if you stand up to adjust yourself, you can kind of just flick it. You can kind of just flick it with your knees. It's so light, it's crazy. Completely different world to the Explorer. So without further ado, first of all, let's take a close-up look at the bike. Alright, here we go. Let's have a look at this beauty. Let's start at the front here. Again, Triumph with the little details, the little logo in the headlamp there. Really nice touch. I love things like that. Down, single disc front wheel there. Lovely cast wheels with this nice silver trim on the spokes. Really nice little reflector there. And these kind of what they call like fork gaiters. Just such a nice. I love this look. I had this look on my my first bike, the DT125, so they were pink. But these are beautiful and real fork savers. They stop all the muck getting into your fork seals there. Really nice. Indicators are bulbs, no LEDs on here, I'm afraid. That's fine. If it works, it works. Let's go up to the really love this instrument cluster up here. Nice sort of matte black. You've got your indicators on either side, neutral light, and what is that? Your high beam, low beam. Speedo on the outside, and all the details you can get in there. Let's turn this on. So there you go. So we've got, at the moment, it's you've got your gear indicator, fuel, RPMs, service indicator, and your mode. So over here on the left hand switch gear, we've got the info button, which when we press it, traction control, odometer, trip 1, trip 2, not too sure, miles per gallon. What we've done so far, I presume, in miles per gallon on average. 88 miles until we need to fill up. Time and RPMs. Yes, so back to there, we've got the indicators, the horn, and the mode. The mode is either road or rain. I've had it on both, and there is a sort of noticeable difference actually. So going over to the right hand switch gear, just all the basics here, your kill switch, starter, and your hazard lights. Turn those on, you get that lovely look. Really nice see-through front reservoir for the brakes. So let's carry on the top. This beautiful red metallic. It's got a slight metallic look to it. It's kind of hard to focus in there. Beautiful sort of minimalistic Triumph logo. It's not raised or anything, but it's got a nice kind of Looks like sort of brushed aluminium kind of look to it. Really nice against that red, really nice. Carrying on down, beautiful looking seat. It looks like suede, but I'm pretty sure it's not, because I think suede wouldn't last 5 minutes in this with this weather we're having. So it's kind of like a leatherette kind of feel. Beautiful seat, nice bit of ribbing at the back. There's your strap and the classic logo. I mean, that's a classic look, isn't it, with the logo on the back there. So let's go back to the front and work our way down. There's your radiator, beautiful pipes. I mean, by the way, this is a 2020 model. It's only got 700 miles on the clock, so the guy said to me, just go easy on it, which I have been. You know, you got to respect other people's property. And what I love about these retro bikes is the ease at which you can get to the plugs. I kind of miss that, the ease at which you can change plugs. Pull that out, unscrew it, put the new plug in, done. On the Explorer, you got to take the tank off, the air filter, like clamp all the hoses, just oh no. So again, the beautiful silver trim on the cylinder there, that is just gorgeous. Look at that, that is pure class. Nice, another little sort of, that is metal, like a brushed aluminium look again. There's the logo there, a lot better than the T120 logo on the Bonneville that I rode a while back. Really nice. And again, there's the logo on the cylinder, Bonneville 900. Another logo there. There's your logos on the foot pegs. Really nice, beautiful pipes. Simple, elegant, classy. Nothing too extravagant here, and it sounds amazing. I will give you a little blast of the sound in a second. It's got these lovely Fox Performance shocks on the back too, obviously. They're adjustable, but really nice, feel great on the road. Round the back here, obviously there's the other twin pipe. Again, lovely cast wheel with that beautiful sort of silver trim on it. If it's going to focus, no, alright, don't worry. There's the other shock, and again, much the same for around this side as well. Alright, there it is in all its glory. You got to admit, that is a looker. It really is a looker, in that colour as well. I'm not really one for red bikes, but that is, yeah, that's really nice, very classy. And it's data tagged as well, which is nice. Okay, so let's talk about how it feels to ride. Okay, so let's get on this beauty. Now this is what I mean when you're at the traffic lights, and it literally takes no effort to fling this thing around. If I did this on the Explorer, I'd be on the ground basically. But yeah, beautiful, nice wide bars, about shoulder width apart. Again, as you'd expect, a nice neutral position. There's no surprises here, nothing too radical. Okay, I'm going to start with my gripes, what I don't like. These grips are by far the thinnest feeling grips I've ever felt on a motorcycle. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know I've got quite big hands and my weight is slightly forward, but that kind of area of my hands where it's taking the full brunt, when I'm coming home, it's aching. So I don't know whether I'm getting old or what, but these feel just excessively thin. So one of the first mods I would do if I had this bike is I'd definitely put some grip puppies on here straight away. The second gripe is these mirrors. They are dreadful. In terms of looking behind you, what you can see basically, now this is based on my body shape, okay? All I can see is in a neutral position, I can see about 60%, 70% elbows, and the rest is too far that way, so I can't see in the area that I need to see. So it either needs, I think the stems are long enough, but it's the actual shape of the mirrors. I know it's designed to fit the look of the bike and everything, but to me, they just don't serve their purpose very well. So that's another thing I would change straight away, is I'll probably get the sort of rectangular mirrors so I can see a little bit more behind me instead of just my elbows. If you want to see what's behind you, you literally have to move your arm in. I'm going like that when I'm riding just to see what's behind me. On the Explorer, I don't have to do that. So the other gripe, and probably the last one, is this seat. For me, again, I'm 6'3", 18 stone. I find this seat to be a little bit too narrow, and also it feels like it's sloping forward, so I feel like I'm sort of sliding towards the tank. It's not uncomfortable, it's not a game changer, but it's probably something that can be adjusted. But those are my 3 dislikes about this bike. Let's get those out of the way. So now, in terms of handling, like I said, this thing, like the other retro bikes I've ridden with Triumph, they just fall into the corners. They're so light handling, the bars are lovely and light, very intuitive, very responsive, fantastic handling, no complaints. Now the braking, here's where it gets a bit weird. The front brake is amazing. It's pin sharp, it's responsive, it's quick. They stop you really, really fast, no problems at all. It's got a great feel to it, a great bite. The rear one, on the other hand, I don't know what, but it feels like it's made out of wood. And it shouldn't be that case, as it's a brand new bike, effectively, but it just feels really spongy, and you've got to apply quite a hefty bit of pressure on it to get that bite for the rear wheel to slow down. But yeah, front brake amazing. Back brake is, on this one anyway, not very good. It does work, don't get me wrong, it will stop you, but it's not very good. Not as good as the front. So yeah, I mean, in terms of, you know, riding around town, this is what I would consider pretty much a perfect commuting bike, city bike. There's that feeling you get when you're on a Triumph, especially a Triumph like this, and you're riding across somewhere like I was yesterday, across Westminster Bridge, and you've got Big Ben there, albeit covered in scaffolding. It kind of gives you that kind of nostalgia, that kind of, you kind of get that patriotic feel about it when you're riding across something like that. I guess it's a lot like if you was riding a Harley Davidson across the Hoover Dam. That kind of, you know, you feel like you want to stand up and go. It's a real event riding a bike like this, and it gets a lot of looks as well. It really is. For all its little, you know, foibles and little kind of gripes, it is a beautiful, beautiful bike to ride. So, as I said, I'm quite tall. I'm going to show you a side shot of me now. So if you're the same height as me, or even perhaps a little bit taller, I will show you where my knee comes up to the tank. Let's have a look. Just to show you, by the way, I've got a 34 inside leg, 6'3", and this is where my legs come up to when I'm sitting. So, you know, not too bad. Pretty kind of, like I said, pretty neutral. Nice comfortable position, no surprises. And when you put your foot up on the peg, that is where my leg comes to. It still sits below that kind of cutaway on the tank there, so that's really good. So if you're, this will be, you know, if you're 5'9", 5'10", something like that, this will be an absolute dream bike for you in terms of, you know, ergonomics. But even, you know, it's certainly not uncomfortable for me. I would like my knee, I prefer my knee to be kind of like there on my riding position as opposed to there, because the higher up my knee goes, the harder it is for me to get my foot on top of the brake. So I kind of have to leave it hanging just off the side there. But again, it's not a major big one. It's still very, very comfortable indeed. Now while we're on the subject, let's have a look at this seat, see if it does slope forward. I just put it up into a neutral position. It doesn't really look, it just feels like I'm sliding forward towards the tank, but according to that screen there, it looks pretty flat. Okay, Okay, so hopefully that's covered everything in terms of what you need to know about the comfort of it and the ergonomics and how it handles. And hopefully you've had a good enough look around the bike to see all the sort of finer details of it. Beautiful looking bike. One of the best things about this bike, however, is the sound. Come on! I mean, that is one of the nicest sound. Hopefully this mic picks that up. It's kind of got a lovely kind of soft, I can't even describe it. Beautiful, beautiful sound. And one of the things you get when you're riding along with this bike, it's such a smooth ride. It feels as good as it sounds. I'm trying to explain it in a way that it's really soft. It kind of feels like you're riding on, I don't know, riding on velvet, or like the road's made out of honey. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. It's a beautiful, comfortable ride. Really, really nice. Okay, let's have some footage out on the road. Riding on honey roads? What? Nice and quiet tonight. I am enjoying this ride. Great little bike. Alright, moped man, I'm gonna take you. Not really. Not really. I could, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, despite how characterful this engine is, there's barely any vibrations coming through the bars there. You don't feel any vibes at all. It's lovely. Going over a few bumps back there, once you pick up a bit of speed and hit a few bumps, you can feel it. The suspension is quite stiff, but it's certainly not unbearable. And obviously you can adjust the backs. I'm not too sure about the fronts, I presume you can, but it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. So smooth, this bike. Now there's a nice little curve in the road up here. A nice little test for this bike. Let's give it some welly. Let's go. Here it is. Woo-hoo! Oh, it kills it. It kills it. This thing flies. Oh man. We've got a nice tight roundabout coming up here. Hopefully we can just roll into it. Alright, here we go. Little Triumph. Show us what you got. Woo! Oh yes! Ah, no problem. This thing is a razor blade. If you're interested in one of these, and absolutely cannot blame you for being interested in one of these, hopefully that gives you some information and will sway you either way. Again, I've had a fantastic time. I'm always sad to give these types of bikes back because, you know what, it's kind of, you're going back to how it was when you first got a bike, at least if you're my age group, you know. Just very simple, get on the thing and just go. Yeah, just it's a fun bike, and it's about as pure a motorcycle as you can get. And I love the fact it's only got 2 modes on it, rain or road. You know, that, I mean, if we're honest here, that's pretty much all you need. My Explorer doesn't have any modes on it, and it certainly doesn't bother me. But yeah, so there you go. So basically, I'll be dropping this off this morning, picking up the Explorer again. It's had some issues with the front caliper, and I'm just going to get a basic service done on it and pick it up today, and that's it. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching again, and I'll hope to see you all very soon. Take it easy. Adios. Bye.